Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Recently, I built the Honda Grom-Wing. So I did this without actually fixing the motorcycle. Now originally I was going to, fix it as in place, but I decided since I'm going to be doing the repair to the Honda, my nephew's Honda, his is more intensive. I have to basically rebuild the motor without actually replacing the piston and stuff, but I'm going to have to redo the seals in it. I'm going to get the stuff for that probably a little bit later today. However, this one needs an oil change, needs a few little things. We're replacing the clutch basket that's in this one. This one's getting a brand new clutch basket. The clutch that's in this one is a 6-disc, which was originally for this one. So that disc is gonna get moved over to that one. And then mine that's in this one is gonna get moved over to this one. And then my nephew has a bunch of upgrade parts that are on there. This motor's already upgraded. So the original intake on this one, there's a throttle body, that's gonna go to this one. And then because we're getting all those upgrade parts, like the throttle body and stuff, I might actually take some time and swap in the old cylinder from this one. This is the 145 kit. This is the 125 kit. And I might put the 140 kit that was originally on this one with the original parts from this one, plus the upgraded injector and a few other little miscellaneous things to support those modifications. Both of these are chipped, and now you're up to date. So in the rest of this video, I'm going to move them around. I might do the oil change tonight or just change the filter because I still have to get to the clutch. I won't get to the clutch tonight, so there's no sense putting oil in. But I am going to remove all the bags to make it easy on myself. And I still haven't done like the supporting modifications to that. You might see the extended exhausts. I didn't actually finish extending them because I still have to mount them, as you see here. And I'm going to mount them to this guy here, but I just kind of wrapped them with some extra cord and whatnot that I had hanging around. So there's lots of randomness going on. So today is part one of the videos. That's the introduction to it. Tomorrow is basically me going in. Basically, yeah, I am in fact, without replacing the piston, replacing the gaskets, so it's like a refresh, and I'll have a chance to take a look at the cylinder. This one might go so far as to do the whole rebuild, and I just noticed that is loose. Okay, so I have to go through over everything anyways. And now you're up to date. So let's take all this stuff off, do the oil change without changing the actual oil, and yeah. So as stated, we are taking the wings off of the Grom. And it's funny I call them the wings because they add a lot of pressure to the bike. But, 18 bolts later, they're off, and we can get to actually modifying the bike. So that is the oil after it's been sitting since the last time I started it, which was like one of the last videos, and it does not look good. That is pretty bad. And then I looked at the spark plug. What am I thinking? Do I even know what motors are? If it would focus in. There we go. You can see the magnetic plug has picked up some debris. Some magnetic debris. And that's also not good. So when we take apart the motor tomorrow, we'll find out what those particles are and if they're important or not. We'll see what the insides are. That's probably from the gears and stuff like that. Who knows? That's just a theory. If I could speak, it'd be awesome. You can hear the thunder in the background. So we're gonna finish up a little bit, go over some parts, get an idea for tomorrow. We are not opening up any motors. If anything, I'll have my canopy tomorrow, and then we'll go over it. But yeah, that's some gnarly looking oil. Cleaned off our drain plug. She's shiny. Anyways, removing our oil filter. That's a 8mm. Oh. Be right back. Bolts are almost out. I wonder how long this will be easy. Will she cooperate for the camera? Ooh, nice. Nice and gentle. There's a spring in here. A little milky, not too bad. We'll wipe all that out. Got the spring. And then the filter. Ooh, she's extra milky. Oh, I just lost that, so that's awesome. I'll get that later. I'll use the inside of this guy to get our filter. It's she's a milker one. It is what it is. I'll put that there, and then I'll tilt the bike over to me. We'll get into the bucket. Yep, there we go. Ooh, there's some more. That's some gross stuff. Yummy. So I cleaned up the inside a little bit. Got the oil filter, nice new freshie. Gonna stick you in there, nice and tight. You got the spring, hopefully it stays in. And then the cover, just like so. And then we'll put the 2 bolts into place. And it's getting dark, as you can see. Oh, I'll turn this to the lefty, loosey, righty, tighty. So righty, tighty. We'll put this in. I dropped my other socket in, so that's why we're doing it this way. I'll just do this to hand tight, little by little. And once we open up the crankcase tomorrow, we will see about cleaning it up. Who knows? But all of this is coming off. Yeah, there we go. Hand tight's good enough. Got a good O-ring. There's no breaks in the O-ring. So this pipe's coming off. That's all coming off. Might leave the oil cooler, as you see right here. I do have to run a flusher because you know that is bad oil inside there. I might actually put some air on the hoses and just spray it out. And then when we add in new oil, it'll be somewhat good. And I'll leave it at that and then flush it after a couple hundred kilometers, because it'll mix in, I'll check the oil, see what it looks like, and put some fresh oil after that. This is the exhaust tubes. So as you can see here, I've got the bracket, and I'm still going to keep it pushed out right about there, but I have that little tab that comes down, so I'm probably going to put a bolt hole here, drill it, and have it drop down about here, and that way you keep that look where it's positioned nicely. Yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna call it a night. I still have to put the springs on for here and here. These guys are supposed to be up here, but this will be held into place just by friction fit. Not a big deal. I'll put all this stuff away. It's getting a bit late, and then we'll go over some of the parts. So as I said before, the 6-disc clutch is in here. That's gonna go into Terry's bike. The 5-disc that's in here is gonna go back into my bike with the clutch basket, and then Terry gets a new one. It has to be drilled out and tapped. I thought it was already drilled out and tapped. So these just have to be pushed through, not a big deal, then tapped. That'll be in tomorrow's. He has new oil seals, so do I. So that'll be going to mine as well. And then Terry also has a new throttle body going into his bike. And then I have to fix the old one that's right there. That's gonna go into mine. And then he's got a fuel injector here that'll transfer over, and try to keep as much of this not touched. Missing a bolt, he'll get mad at me for that. And probably a few little other things I gotta check over on this. That's still loose. Nope, he tightened that up. That's good. Yeah, so a lot of things were vibrating loose on this thing. So I got in trouble for a lot of that stuff. And I thought I corrected all of that, but that's on me. Torque specs are a must. So I'll be looking for a bolt of some sort to replace that. It is an Allen key head, so that'll be interesting. Oh, wow, that's discolored. That is not good. Might have to change that. But yeah, got lots of little bits of work here to do, bits and bobs. You'll see a video I'm gonna dedicate just to, what do you call it, drilling and tapping this tomorrow. And then we're gonna check out the difference between the two with a millimeter, micrometer or caliper. But yeah, so I'm gonna put these safely away.
The oil choice of champions.
Well, they have so many silicones. Originally I came in, I was doing my research, I found this to be the better stuff because it has high temp, because we want to fix the seal on the bottom of the motor where we have blow by. But as I went through them all, like this was good, but there was no oil resistance. No oil resistance, okay, but it says it's sensor safe, which we do have sensors. And we want something that's more. Then I saw this one and I was like, okay, that's good. Oil resistance is good. I'm like, that is awesome. And there's this one, which is quicker. It sets in 90 minutes. High temp, which is 650 if it goes past, if it goes up that high, at a small motor. We have bigger problems, but it doesn't say it has oil resistance. So that's why we went with this one. We have the exhaust one, but again, that's for exhaust. It's not really that kind of stuff. And we read through the rest of them, so that's what we got. This guy, some thread locker, you know, because of the vibrations, and oil for mine. But yeah, so it's closing in 5 minutes. They said 10 o'clock, it's only 9. Well, good thing I got my stuff. Let's get out of here. I almost forgot about this guy before I go. It's semi-synthetic 10W30, same stuff I put in most of my motorcycles, except there is no additives. And you can tell that on the back here, where there's no additives listed. So she is perfect. And you guys want to put diesel oil in your motorcycle. A lot of people do that. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, leave them down below. I'm going to do some more getting parts sorted for tomorrow. And like I said, I'm going to get the sealant for this guy because I want to properly seal around the engine, because right here we're having a bit of blow-by. And we're going to clean all this up and whatnot, get a little bit more thought process. So I might take out this entire motor, and when I put it all back together, I'm definitely going to check all the torque specs, because I did lose some stuff. And yeah, we're going to, you know what it was? I missed the cardinal rule. I put it all together, did all the torque specs, didn't run it, and I left it. You have to let things cycle through and then recheck. That's why my nephew is losing parts. That is entirely my fault. I was trying to figure that out for like the longest time, and I realized I didn't cycle it. Gave the bike back to him without heat cycling it and checking for things that got loose. So that's on me. Anyways, guys, learn from my mistakes. Please like, share, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.